No, I'm looking at, I'm looking at 2009 versus 2008.
Okay,
On this chart, it shows that 2009 is down 20%.
yeah.
On this chart, it shows that 2009 is 3,000 higher than 2008.
Okay, help me out, with hotel motel, you go check into, I have a place available in the Midwest right away, and you pay a rate per night, then you pay like 10.2% lodging tax or something, and 8.4 or whatever goes to sales tax, and the other goes to hotel motel?
Yeah, that's right. So
Yeah,
this is the
so
sales, this is just that.
Right.
And this is the hotel motel tax. Right. But they should correlate.
They shouldn't correlate unless there's reporting differences or lags or differences.
Right, and we used to report monthly, now we
You
report
know,
quarterly.
it's like 30% by the time you end up paying taxes.
But if you're paying 8.4, it should be
It's
the
not,
same.
but it's not, it doesn't go to hotel motel, the 8.4 goes to the state.
Right.
You know, we only
Well,
had.
it gets divided up like regular sales tax, it's only
Right.
10%.
Right.
The difference, the 2% goes
Right, to hotel motel.
hotel motel.
Right.
Right. But it should be the same amount of visitors that are paying 8.4, that are paying the additional 2%.
Mhm.
So Judy,
Right.
is the lag, you know, the 2-month lag that we have on the sales tax, is it the same lag on the hotel motel?
Yeah, it would be, but as Jack points out, this, this form, this is year over year. So the lag would be incorporated into that at both times.
Okay, so you need to shift it. Shift it 2 months, or not?
No.
Okay, who's on first?
I understand that, Gina.
Yeah. So on my hotel motel, it shows that for 2008, just for the additional 2% this is now, was, so the only thing I can think of is that there's some misreporting, which is possible because it's all self-reported. But this only reflects the difference between the regular sales tax and the additional amount that's paid into hotel motel.
So they're coding Jefferson County correctly on the hotel motel. And they aren't coding it on the sales tax.
Well, it's possible. I wouldn't know unless I went through and looked at every single entry.
Judy, as I read this though,
Yes,
this column that says January, $177,000,
yes,
you actually received that in March, is that correct?
that's correct.
This report here is actual January, I mean, what you received in January.
Which would have been November's.
I think that's why, I mean, this is just information.
No, but Jack's trying to compare in this one chart,
Yes.
these two columns. And
Yes,
this would have already been normalized.
and this one column shows 19% difference.
Right.
Even though it says it was January, it's
It was.
really November through October.
So
Right.
it's
So
both
both
years.
2008 would have been the
So
same.
it's-
No, this isn't.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yeah, it is. She reports, for instance, in February of '08, she reports 27,998. But that's actually money that was from December of '08. And even if that's not true, Donna, what she did here is she normalized it here, and it's the same amount. She normalized it here, and it's the same way that she gets the money. She gets the money in February, but it was actually in November.
Jack, say this January, February.
I understand.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see if I can determine what the discrepancy is, rather than us spending more time on it this morning, and I'll report back next month.
Sounds good.
That's part of the value of it. So many guys look at this.
Sorry. Okay, Johnny, you wanna run us through expense?
I'll run it through quickly, and we actually only have 1 month, fund should be 8.33. As you can see, the total general fund is at 12.04 versus 12.94 versus 8.10 in 2008. The department that we want to speak to, elections is high because we pay a whole year's maintenance. Community services, Karen, did you pay a larger portion? percentage to those departments with community services?
I don't remember.
Okay, some ask for usually it's 25%.
It's not community services, is, you know, I get the fair, they're 4,500 out of there. I mean, it's like, it's not much, I mean,
It's small.
I think that they just requested their money earlier.
it could be.
Okay. Because it's X entities get X amount of dollars and based on how they get it. Superior Court. Ever seen the Superior Court? Oh, okay, Michelle, you want to talk about the Superior Court, like you don't really answer?
Well, we've had more jury trials here today, which affects the bailiff costs and the juror expenses, and of course now we've got peers going, which is really going to hit us for jury fees next month. We were fortunate, we called in 3 panels, we were able to seat our panel out of the 2 panels. So we only have to pay that 3rd panel for checking in on it. So our numbers are going to be high this month and next month, looking at all the jury costs and bailiff costs. We have an actual second bailiff. For this trial, we typically only have 1, but we're not letting the jurors be unescorted anywhere. So we have a second bailiff for the duration of this trial.
Also, just want to compliment Superior Court, Sheriff's Office, and the civil deputies here. And what everybody's been doing just to try to, the clerk's office too, just to get through all this. And you guys are doing a great job. Good on you.
Well, and Jan, even though our prosecuting attorney was here, she said that theirs is a little divided in the annual payment of bars, dues, and membership dues. Anybody else want to report on general fund?
I will, mine's obviously above where it normally would be, but because I have to get tax statements out, I'm always front-end loaded.
Postage and all those orders and that.
Yeah, it seems like this one's a hard one to compare 2010 to 2008 on the bottom line because of the operating transfers out. It seems like we can do a comparison between 2010 and 2009, but it would be unfair to compare the 8.10 to the 12
Right, because we know operating transfers out have
Yeah,
happened.
versus
at this time.
565,000.
Any other general fund? Other funds, of course, those numbers just are all over the board. We're at 5.06. This means the projects aren't happening, road projects aren't happening. Veterans relief, I know staff is really looking at that fund
Why are you looking at it? Because it's so much.
because it's so much, there's so many needs out there, and we're looking at it. Their cash is getting low, and they're having a lot of veterans that need assistance.
So, I don't remember where the commissioners have ever not funded that, if it needed to be.
Well, Jack, but the thing is, they're actually running out of cash also.
But we did levy this year for them, so they should be picking up substantially in April.
And wanted to track, or Janet from Judy's office track what usually comes in March, what usually comes in April, and that's taken into consideration. But as you can see, their claims are higher.
Have they ever ran over budget?
I think they have in the past. I think it's been a while.
About this much over budget, and we reported it to the state auditor.
But they had cash.
They did have cash,
This
yes.
time, they're not gonna have cash reserve.
Well, and that was because of the payment they made for a van, the DAD van. They go with Collin County and they, get a new van. And
That takes them over to the Veterans Center in Seattle, right?
Right, and the payment came at the end of the year, so they had the cash there, but there was some snapping in the account, in the moving of the funds. So we got that taken care of. But that brought their cash balance down from the beginning of this year. And so until some tax payments start coming in, they're being very careful